The Frame Awards is all about recognizing spaces and products that matter. Industry professionals representing a 15-person strong jury panel discuss their favorite projects of the month, consisting of a winner and honorable mentions.
The brief was to design the public spaces and the rooms of a 5-star Marriott Autograph Collection hotel with 100-room capacity. Our site is located in our hometown, Thessaloniki. It's next to open-air markets, office buildings, commercial stores, and historic monuments. And so at the beginning, the client wanted to design a business hotel. Later, when the COVID came, this idea had to be reevaluated. So the brief reformed into a hybrid city hotel that combined business and leisure amenities and could attract locals and tourists as well. Thessaloniki has a rich Byzantine heritage. It was the second most important metropolis of the Byzantine Empire. Our site is located next to the monastery of Agora, which is a relatively newer building and the only one operating monastery inside the city center. When we started digging for foundation works, we revealed the ruins of an older Byzantine monastery. So our design was deeply inspired by the Byzantine monastery, and our goal was to introduce a contemporary approach of the Byzantine architecture in terms of materiality, of geometry, of ambience. The use of light and shadow composed a mystic atmosphere and was really important for us. What we really wanted to achieve was to create a spiritual ambience reminiscent of the one that can be found in the spaces of Christian Orthodox temples. So the biggest challenge of our design process was probably the small size compared to the standards of a luxury 5-star hotel that has to accommodate. Taking that under consideration, we designed an open plan layout that allows seamless transition from one space to another. With little to no partitions at all, we managed to widen the space field of view, making look bigger than it actually is, while some areas were designed to facilitate double or triple functions at the same time. We also really wanted to merge and balance the spirituality and austerity, the monumentality of monastic architecture with a cozy, intimate and high standard environment as a luxury hotel requires.
Accessing from the street, you enter the hotel site from the central patio that it's full of lush greenery, and around the patio is located the basic facilities of the hotel, like the reception, the lobby, and the restaurant. The reception area stands out with the juxtaposition of the black marble desk and the floor-to-wall monochromatic brick surface. We also worked in close collaboration with some local artists and graphic designers. Following the patio, we have the main entrance that leads the guests to the lobby and the secret garden. In the back, you can see the views of Agia Theodora, the monastery, and the mixture of greenery and water elements further isolate the visitor from the bustling city, creating an atmosphere of contemplation and tranquility. The central axis creates a symmetry of the space, emulating the early Byzantine temples, and gets amplified by this grandiose golden ceiling that extends over the entrance to the front and to the secret garden at the back. In the middle of the axis is positioned the bar. The three brass-coated chandeliers reminiscent of hanging candlesticks further accentuate the central axis and create an atmospheric and inviting space that becomes visible from the street. The murky neutral shades that are used in Byzantine iconography also informed the color palette of our lounge area. Our ceilings are carefully combined with patterned bricks, weathered leather, materials that are long-lasting and low maintenance, and create a rich tactile experience. In the breakfast area, A monastery table is located under a long arched ceiling that serves in the morning as a breakfast buffet, and the rest of the day is used as a co-working table. To enrich this monastic ambience, some light pendants are sporadically hanged from the arched ceiling. Right at the opposite side of the reception, the visitors get a view of the hotel's restaurant. The double-height wall that we have next to the restaurant's entrance that was inspired by the scattered openings in the Cycladic monasteries. This open dialogue with history is completed in the rooms. Earthy monochromatic tones, custom-designed furniture and lights, monolithic bathrooms, dark brushed walls are all coming together to achieve the ambience of a mystic center.
And if you look at the floor plans, there's a really nice balance between design, or as user space, but also nature.
I think you guys are nailing it in terms of the details and the things that we can see. I'm actually looking at, these seats that look like a bucket in this interior patio. I actually have to say it's one of those projects for me that by reading the description, the narrative was already hitting. So somehow, of course, it came on top, all the images, but this mixture between the mystical, this and that, then of course you can totally visualize it then with the water dropping, which doesn't have to be Japanese, it doesn't have to be this or that, but there's a certain essence of purity and calmness that is really about well-being and about hospitality in a luxury hotel like this.
So many of the hotels are really geared to drive so much experience, sight, sound, aroma, and what we're really looking for is peace and quiet. And this space has that, of course, that monastic sort of serenity, that sort of lack of. This design to me echoes sort of the next generation of hotels, which is all about abatement and reducing, but in an elegant, singular, honest way. And I absolutely was charmed by the story of its design.
You must have a holistic approach and take care of every aspect of the project in order to have a coherent result. Even for the menu of the restaurant, but it's inspired from the gastronomy of monastery. We use products from the monks, made by the monks.